As you can't fight City Hall, some Phoenix homeowners came together this morning to make their voices heard at a Phoenix zoning hearing. They wanted the hearing officer to know they weren't happy about a giant pool house and garage their neighbor was building. And when it was over, a permit to keep the project going was denied. Take one look at the big, tall structure going up in the backyard of this North Phoenix home, and you'll know why neighbors are so upset.
This does violate the city code or ordinance.
On Thursday, the unhappy homeowners took their grievances to a City of Phoenix zoning officer and explained that the pool house and garage going up was an eyesore that impacted their property values and violated city code by being significantly taller than the 15-foot maximum height that's allowed. The hearing officer agreed, denying the builder's use permit, essentially shutting the project down.
There was uncertainty for sure.
And that's a big relief to Stephanie Jacques, who felt her family's privacy was being infringed upon.
I think the hearing officer saw how this would negatively impact the neighborhood and that it intruded on the rights of other people's properties.
But the story doesn't stop there. Arizona's family has learned the original plans for this pool house called for it to be 13 feet tall and 867 square feet. A revised plan for the project was submitted to the city in December 2023, raising the height to 20 feet, 5 feet taller than city code allows. What neighbors want to know is, why was a new permit issued without requiring a use permit or variance allowing for a taller building?
Planning department should have required a use permit before a permit was granted. And that just didn't happen here, unfortunately. The permit department and the planning department, if they were in communication with each other, that wasn't visible in the records I got to see.
Once construction started, we're told a city inspector notified the builder that a use permit was needed, and a zoning hearing was scheduled to determine if the project could move forward.
I'm going to deny these use permits.
The homeowner building the pool house told the hearing officer today that denying the permit will cost them thousands of dollars. But that wasn't enough to outweigh the concerns of neighbors, who say the project should have never been approved in the first place.
I hope this inspires others. I hope that Arizona residents feel that they have the power to fight an injustice that they see in their community.
Now, we did reach out to the city of Phoenix and asked what happened here. I was told there was an oversight and likely a human error, which explains why the builder of the pool house and garage wasn't told they needed a use permit for the larger structure until after construction started. Now, they can appeal today's decision, but if it holds up, they will likely have to submit new plans and start the project all over again. Back to you guys.
An expensive mistake there. Thank you.